I thought I had finally made it. After years of grinding at jobs that drained the life out of me, after sleepless nights staring at bills stacked on my desk, I had finally signed the papers on my dream, a $2 million villa clinging to the edge of the ocean. It wasn't just a house, it was a promise to myself. A place where I could finally breathe. A place no one could take from me. I wanted silence. Peace. Freedom. But then, my phone rang. I almost didn't pick up. I should have let it go to voicemail. But I answered, and I'll never forget the voice on the other end. We're on our way. 15 of us. Beds, food, towels, we'll be staying 3 weeks. It wasn't a question. It wasn't even an invitation. It was a declaration. My sister Melissa was coming. I froze in the middle of my half-unpacked living room. Boxes stacked against the walls, pictures still wrapped in bubble wrap, furniture barely arranged. I was still sleeping on a mattress on the floor. And yet, Melissa had already decided my villa was her personal vacation resort. That was Melissa. Growing up, she always took what she wanted. My clothes, my allowance, even my time. She had a way of making me feel like saying no meant I was the bad guy. And every time, I gave in. I paid her rent when she couldn't make it. I covered her debts when she racked them up. I even covered the bill for her ridiculous wedding, the one with ice sculptures and a horse-drawn carriage. She always said, family takes care of family. And like a fool, I believed her. But this time was different. This house wasn't just property, it was mine. My sanctuary. My one safe place in the world. And Melissa was already marching in to claim it. 40 minutes later, I heard the sound. Engines rumbling. Doors slamming. A convoy of cars filled my driveway like an invading army. Laughter spilled into the air. Coolers, beach chairs, bags of snacks. Strangers I'd never met climbed out like they owned the place. And then Melissa emerged, stepping out of her car like a queen returning to her castle. She spread her arms wide. Mark. Look at this paradise. You're so lucky. I opened the door an inch. I'm not ready for guests. She didn't even blink. She shoved her way in with a grin. And just like that, 15 people flooded into my home. Children sprinting across the marble floors, sticky hands dragging across the walls. Strangers opening my fridge, pawing through my cabinets, cracking beers in my living room. Then Melissa pointed upstairs like she was conducting an orchestra. The master bedroom's mine. It's got the best view for my yoga videos. My stomach dropped. She wasn't visiting. She was taking over. I stepped in front of the stairs. No. That's my private room. Melissa smirked. Don't be selfish, Mark. Family shares. Her friends laughed, already dragging suitcases toward the steps. One of them even raised a beer in the air. To family. That was the breaking point. Something inside me snapped. For decades, I had been the quiet brother. The fixer. The one who gave until there was nothing left. But standing there in my own home, surrounded by people who saw me as nothing more than a free ride, I realized I had a choice. I could stay silent like always, or I could finally stand up. Out, I said. My voice cracked, but I didn't back down. All of you. Out of my house. The room fell quiet. For the first time all day, no one moved. Melissa's face twisted. You're kidding. You wouldn't dare. I walked past her, yanked the front door wide open, and pointed at the driveway. Cars are that way. Get out. Voices rose in protest. Shouts. Arguments. Melissa's voice cut through them all. This is family. You can't throw out family. But I didn't flinch. Not this time. One by one, I saw the realization dawn on their faces. I wasn't bluffing. No nervous laugh. No quick apology. Just steel in my voice. Suitcases dragged back down the stairs. Coolers carried outside. Doors slamming shut. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might collapse. But I held my ground. Melissa was the last to leave. She stood in the doorway, glaring at me like I had betrayed her. "You'll regret this, Mark. You'll end up alone. That's what happens when you turn your back on family." I didn't say a word. I just closed the door in her face. And suddenly, the house was quiet again. No footsteps. No shouting. No chaos. Just the sound of waves crashing outside my window. I walked upstairs, sat on the edge of my mattress, and for the first time in years, I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it felt like freedom. That day, I finally realized something I wish I'd learned sooner: protecting your peace isn't selfish. Sometimes, it's the only way to survive. And as I looked out at the ocean, I knew one thing for sure: this house, this life, this peace, it was finally mine.